What's happening, people? It's the homie Smitster 400 coming at you straight off the Ave, and this is Smitster Reacts. One time for all the subscribers, welcome back. And if you made it to this video, go ahead, give us a like and subscribe, man. New content every day. Also, tune in every Saturday, man. We got the live stream straight off the Ave featuring the rest of the cast. Shout out my co-host, Mr. Dubbins. Shout out Zenfi. You know what I'm saying? Zenfinite. You feel me? True, Nico, the whole fam. You know what it is. We out here, owie. But yeah, look, we finna get into this video right here, man. The homie Vonte Sweet speaking on taking Tupac's role in the Menace to Society film. You know what I'm saying? He played a certain role that Tupac was finna play, and he got the role. So without further ado, bro, shout out Art of Dialogue, man. We finna pull this up and get this thing going, man. Yeah.
Vonte Sweet and Tom Turner. Happy to have y'all both on the platform, man.
Happy to be here. Yep,
happy
we
to
in
be
there.
here.
We in the building.
How you doing?
Hey, man, just grinding. But before we get into this interview, right, I gotta ask y'all being so cool, how did y'all first meet?
Man, I have my rendition, and I know he probably got his, but I remember just going on, auditions, and his picture would always come in the thing, and it's like he was like we looked up to him, like everybody when his picture was in there, we're like, oh, we ain't finna get the part. Here come this nigga right here, right? So that my initial how I met him was like I just didn't want to see the nigga in audition. You feel me? So I go into audition and I'm like, okay, read my lines or whatever. And then this nigga picture come up and in the casting thing. I'm like, oh, here we go with this shit again. You know what I mean? So it was just
You always tell that story. He been telling that story for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? That's back. That's funny.
So look, so we up for this. They had this TV show called Rock, right? So I'm up for it. He up for it or whatever. And it's like it's out of me and like him and three other people. And I'm like, watch this nigga get it. I just felt it. You know what I mean? So my agent called me and said, I said, so what they saying? Oh, they gave it to Vonte Sweet. I was like, huh? Again?
He said the TV show called Rock. That's a throwback right there. Like I was a kid when Rock was out. Wow, that's crazy.
So that's our story. He was like, it started off like as a friendly rival, but not really. But it was just like, man, this nigga taking all the goddamn jobs.
Yeah, a lot of times I didn't know how everybody felt, you know what I'm saying? Because I was just in my own little mind frame, but I always, people would say things later on as I got older, how they looked at me. But I wasn't really, thinking like that, I just knew like, matter of fact, a lot of times I didn't even know who was up for the roles because I come in sometime late. You know what I'm saying?
Look, that's how I be sometimes. Like people be feeling like, because I've experienced this. Like people may feel a certain way about things I've done, and I may not have known that they was going for the role. Or like, yeah, you might be on the list for this contest. Or like, okay, I'm gonna use an example. I was at a performance and it was like 3 performers and all the performers was geared up to win a stack based off the crowd's claps. And I won the stack for the night. And I wasn't the most popular, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker in the venue. So it was like, I mean, shoot, it just work out like that sometimes. So yeah, I can definitely relate to, and it wasn't no slight to them. I came in showing love to everybody. It was just like all of a sudden they putting up a cash bet and shoot, I got it. But yeah, let's continue.
He come up late. Look, he's like, you see how he talking like a little godfather. I didn't really, I come up to the, late and they would just, you know what I mean?
No, not late to the audition, but like when they was almost about to book it, you know what I'm saying? Or know who they wanted. Maybe they was down to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever. Then, that's when I come in, but I ain't knowing, how people.
Nick was everywhere. Nick was on McDonald's commercials and shit. You couldn't stop seeing this motherfucker. He was everywhere. It was man, he just won't stop.
It was good times, you know what I'm saying? I got tired of seeing myself, so
he took a vacation. He's like, I'm the only one that can stop
vacation been longer than I expected, though.
Look, man. Cats be salty when you be winning, bro. You don't even know it. You just living your life. You like, yo, I wasn't even paying. I didn't know that. Bro, we don't be thinking about ish like that. Like people don't think about that when they winning, bro. They just do what they do, and then like whoever feel what they feel, they just feel what they feel. You know how that shit go. But let's continue.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time since I've been in the game, but it's like I know what it is. I lived it. It was fun. You know what I'm saying? If it happened again, fine. If not, it was like I can watch myself on tape and I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's memories that last forever. The moment is never last forever. It's the memories that last. Everything happened for a moment of time. And after that, it's the past. So it's the memories. You know what I'm saying? So people, it's all about how you look at your life, you know, just the memories
This
is there.
nigga is so classic and so dope, bro. Like he's one of the how many people can be in both, you know what I'm saying, boys and menace? How many people get an opportunity to be in two classes like that? I'll tell you one person, this weird nigga right here.
But this is something he been saying, you know what I'm saying? I don't think of it like that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate them both for what they were. You know, they was classic. You know, it was great opportunity to work with Tyre and Turner because I always, you know, even though I was doing my thing, I would watch people. So I would study the game I was in at the time, Faces, and I knew he had it. When I seen him in Rhythm Nation with Janet Jackson, I knew he had the look. He was clean cut. He showed so many emotions. Then I remember seeing him in Michael Jordan Air. What was his name?
Michael Jordan Playground. Nigga
Yeah,
said,
Michael Jordan.
all he knew was
Playground.
Michael Jordan. Nigga said Michael Jordan Air. Nigga, all we knew was Michael Jordan being in the air.
I remember seeing him in Michael Jordan Playground in the beginning days, and I liked his look. So I always knew he had it. So to work with him in Menace, you know, that happened to work out. You know what I'm saying? I believe him. When I heard that it was him, you know what I'm saying? I never seen him in a film, you know what I'm saying, like that. But I knew he was somebody that I watched, even though he didn't know I was watching him. You know what I'm saying? So it was no problem, you know.
All right, I'm gonna try to do this interview with no stuttering because you know my some people, my fans, they be like, he stuttered like
I really stuttered though. You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
He stuttered like he in the movies. Like y'all,
yeah,
shut
but I stuttered in real life
and just enjoy the goddamn interview. You know what I mean?
The motherfuckers will come in by all kinds of shit.
Why your phone keep dropping?
I'll put over here, man.
God damn.
Drop the phone on me, baby.
So with that being said, man, let's get right into it. We already talking about it, so we might.
Hey, yo, his phone did drop, man, at times. I thought it was the mic or something. This man done dropped his phone. He said, why the F the phone keeps dropping? Yeah.
As well, we already know Tyron's story, but Vonte Sweet, how did it come about you getting the role in that movie?
Well, with me, I knew that Menace to Society was out there for a while. You know, my agent told me about it, but at the time, you know, I wasn't interested in it like that at first, even though they let me know about a couple of roles that they wanted me for, because I didn't want to, you know, even though Boys in the Hood scene wasn't a lot of scenes, I know that scene was a street type guy. So I didn't want to go in being in another hood movie, being a tough character, you know what I'm saying? So when my agent came back around and was letting me know that they wanted me to play Sharif, that was more or less, okay, that's something that's different from what I've done in the past. I was more or less not trying to do the same thing over and over in the beginning of my career. You know, down the line, I don't mind, but I wanted to let people see something different, you know what I'm saying? I knew that was important at that time. So when Sharif came around, you know, I was like, you know, cool, you know, so I just ended up being on the set, you know, I came on the set and it was action. Yep. I didn't know nothing about, you know, that Tupac had it. I didn't even know, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about that, you know, until later.
Wow. So you didn't know that when you got the.
Once again, that's how it works, bro. He's like, I ain't even know.
The role for the movie, that Tupac, he had it first.
Probably when the fight happened.
I think probably when the fight happened, because you know
nobody talked about it.
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing that was talked about. It was just like he just knew that they wanted him for the role. You know what I mean? He didn't really. He wasn't there through that process. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wasn't there doing that process. I came on after. You know, I guess, you know, they had their little differences and, you know, they went their way. So they called my agent and told me about it. And I was like, okay, cool. That's something I don't mind doing, somebody laid back in the midst of, you know what I'm saying? It was just different for me. So, you know, that's why I jumped on board. And it was good timing.
So how did you hear about the fight between Pac and the Hughes brothers?
I don't know. Well, I was around Tyron at the time when we started. Once I started shooting Menace to Society and I got on board, me and Tyron, that's when we became more fond of each other, you know, friends and stuff, you know, vibing or whatever, going out to clubs. Like me and him was hanging out a lot.
First nigga took me to a club. I wasn't even hanging out in the club. This nigga was the first nigga.
Ty went in that world like that. Ty was more or less, you know,
The
chilling at the house, wait for the audition, chilling on the block.
He's
But-
like he was like the Chris Brown, like nigga could dance like this motherfucker dance like this motherfucker dance.
Yeah, I was
like
in the
crazy.
club world, you know, and you know, because I love to dance. So I was somebody that was always going out. You know, I go to my auditions in the day or whatever, you know, do whatever I had to do in the Hollywood world. But, you know, I know that wasn't 24 hours. So I had, you know, I like to dance. So, you know.
Look, we all got that one homie that like to dance. Shout out my homie Prof. You feel what I'm saying? He the one homie that like to dance. He get in the club, get the all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Get the shout out to Prof, bro. We all got a homie like that. And then push me in a circle. Now I gotta let's continue, bro. Let's continue.
It was a lot of great music out at that time. So I was getting my boogie, enjoying the life, the girls, you know what I'm saying? The smiles, you know, the good, you know, vibrations in the world.
Yeah, he was incredible. You know what I'm saying? He was the first person that like had his own condo and car and the whole nine. Like we was just like, I was like, damn, how you do this? I'm still at my mama house. I don't know what the hell going on. I was still like a kid. This nigga was 17, 18 years old when nigga had a car, 19 credit cards, 850 credit score and shit. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Who taught this nigga all this shit?
I got that organization from my dad, my mom too. They was just organized growing up, and I was the only child. So I picked that up. You know, I'm like, you know, pay stuff on time. You know, if I got money, yeah, that type of stuff. So yeah,
nigga to go to nigga house, nigga have Welch's grape juice and fucking motherfucking donuts. What them fucking
them glazed
ass donuts, nigga. That's what that man. That nigga couldn't wait to eat them mother soft ass donuts over there at that nigga house. But go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
So how was it like for you shooting that movie?
Oh, it was fun. It was cool. It was work. Everybody was in their place, doing their thing, playing their role. It was like a normal set. I remember one time in one of the shots, the thing fell down. Was that the movie Minutes when the thing above fell down?
Said I said it could have been if it wasn't. Nigga, fell down.
Yeah. I remember one time the thing fell, but it didn't hit us in that. You know what I'm saying? I think we was in a restaurant scene.
One of the cranes?
No, that was you in the restaurant scene, the one that they edited out.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, but
something bad happened. It didn't happen.
But that wasn't that though. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got hurt. So sorry that everything went smooth. My thing was I just want them the movie to be something great. I remember I told the Hughes brothers, "Hey man, I'm in this film. Don't have me in no bush." That's all I cared about. Like you know, and I didn't know they was gonna do it like that. They did a great job. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Hughes brothers because y'all was on it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that.
Right. So clearly, you know, you enjoy playing that role, Sharif.
Menace to Society is a cult classic. Period.
How did you feel about Pac Issue playing that role?
What did I think about Pac Issue?
Yeah, the Sharif role. You know, he had an issue with the character. He wanted the character to show more, show why he became Muslim.
Well, that's how he felt as an actor, you know, that he has his reasons for feeling that way, depending on his role. You know, he came up through art school or whatever, and he played other roles, you know. So he felt that way. Me, I really wasn't tripping on it, you know what I'm saying?
I think in Tupac also, I think he was kind of like he was watching because didn't he see you in some kind of he seen you in a project and he came up to you remember at that time?
Oh, at the Terrace. Yeah.
It was like a club, I guess.
Yeah, it was a club on the roof, like in Santa Monica, called Tilly Terrace back in the day. You know, a couple of miles outside of Hollywood. Yeah, he enjoyed Lower Avenue. Lower Avenue was a popular series back in the day, an HBO miniseries directed by Carl Franklin. And that's the first time we really got a chance to talk. You know, I used to see him in clubs passing by on the street, Melrose or whatever, Hollywood, you know what I'm saying, passing by Sunset or whatever. But that's a chance we really got a chance to vibe, and he was letting me know that he really liked Lower Avenue, and I really like, he came up to me and said that, but he didn't say nothing about the Minister Society thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I didn't have nothing to do with that, so he wasn't really like his mind was somewhere else. He knew that was between him and the Hughes brothers. He's very professional. You know what I'm saying? Great spirit.
Right. Yeah, I sent him at the image.
Lovable,
Yeah,
wise.
I sent him at the Image Awards, and he actually apologized for the outburst when I seen him there. He was just like,
Yeah.
my bad. It wasn't.
Yeah, you may not hear about all that, but you know what I'm saying?
He did
He's
apologize to me. He was like, no, it wasn't like that. It was just something between him and the Hughes brothers that he felt like they should have came at him a certain way before they just fired him without, he had to hear it. He had to hear it on Yo MTV. I don't know if y'all know about that. That's back in the day, but he had to hear that he was fired or whatever, and he just didn't appreciate how it went down.
Yeah, I ain't hear about that, man. So when you met Pac, it was no hard feelings. He wasn't tripping at anything.
Nah, not with me, because he knew who I was, even though we never met and talked like that. He was an actor, plus, rapper, so he probably knew who I was as an entertainer out there. So he wasn't even bringing that in my world, So like I say, he's professional in his craft. He's somebody that like, he ain't how everybody think. He's that, but he ain't just that. You know what I'm saying? He's very wise and smart, and ahead of his time. Yeah.
I know Tyron, he showed me a picture of you and Pac. So what's that from that night?
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, we took that picture that day. That night at that club of Chili Terrace, wherever it was in Santa Monica. It used to be on the roof. It was like a popular club back in the day during that time. Yeah. Yeah. Me people. Yeah. That picture when we all went Carl Kanai.
Carl Kanai. Wow.
Yeah, that was his favorite clothesline back then. Well, at least one of them. Yeah, we all had that on. Chilling, man. Pac enjoyed life, man. He just cool. He's something different than everybody. Like I said, I didn't know him personally. I passed by his way a couple of times, and we chilled at the club that night. You know what I'm saying? For however long it was, and so God allowed us to pass each other way. You know what I'm saying? He was on something else. He was on who he was as a person. Enjoying life. Yeah, that's what he was doing.
He said we was wearing Carl Kanai. My man said Carl Kanai, man. Wow. He like, bro, you Carl Kanai. He's talking about Yo MTV raps. Like, that's before my time. Like, sheesh. I was a kid when the Menace movie came out. I wasn't supposed to be seeing that ish. My daddy let me see it though. I watched it. I didn't understand it. I had to go back and watch it. That's a classic, man. Like, seriously, a cult classic. But the homie ain't know that he was taking the road. That's just how business goes sometimes. Like, it ain't personal. It's a lot of people auditioning for these roles. It's different managers getting people put in these positions. And it has nothing to do with the person that, is looking for the opportunity. All they know is when the opportunity's there, they finna go for it like anybody would. You feel me? So shout out to him for putting that out. And he definitely clarified that they cleared that joint up. And that's dope, man. That's dope. Cause it'd be messed up, in light of Tupac's demise to have that type of friction and you ain't never settled the issue. But it's dope to know that they got that history. He got that piece of memorabilia to have that photo with him. And, look back on the times when they was, kicking it and whatnot, man. Yeah, that's pretty darn dope. But yeah, man, sign off in the comments. If you made it this far in the video, like, share, comment, subscribe. Shout out to the subscribers. It's the homie Smitster 400, man. Go ahead and get you some merch. Link in description. Law Surgeon Code LOCO. You found saying, look, I'm rocking the Find Yourself tee right now. You already know what it is. Find yourself. Find your passion. Stick to it. Do it. You feel me? Don't let nobody tell you that you can't. You heard? Because you see what we on. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's the homie Smitster 400. This has been Smitster Reacts. Signing off. Y'all have a good one. Owie.